Good morning. Welcome to the QCIS channel, where you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and what I'm going to show you all today is more material that's placed before asphalt is placed. And I'm going to also get into plate samples, because when it comes to construction, we have to test the materials. Now, walking along the street here, and I'm going to show you something. That black stuff, this is joint seal. That's what it is. Because there were joints placed, you have to have that adhesiveness between the joints for bonding. Again, to go over, this is the milled surface. And here's more joint seal compound. And see, along the joint seal compound, again, you can have compound in the, or on the top part of the joint, like we did yesterday for body. So you see, as we go along, you can see the long strip right here. That's joint sealer as well. Now what it's doing, it's going to create a bond between this surface and this surface. And then, looking over here, this surface as well. See, all along that black stuff, that's seal. Now generally, they haven't done it. Along the curves, they're also supposed to put seal. Everywhere you have a joint, you got to put a seal. There's one thing about asphalt can break up. Now the seal for bituminous or asphalt is the same as putting rebar down and control joints for concrete. Because just like concrete, when it comes to weather, when it's cold, asphalt contracts. When it's warm, asphalt expands. Now, what's going on right now? We're in the middle of a concrete paving operation. And what they're doing, they're putting on a surface course. The surface course is the final course. Now, what's going on over here is got the contractor getting ready to set up plate samples here. And what a sample is, it's material that we're going to use for testing. Now I'm going to walk you over to what's getting ready to take place. Of course, I'm over here by the IGA here in Frankfort, Indiana. Now, what you see is 7 plates down here. All right, here's 7 plates. This is where the samples are going to go. On all these 7 plates, you have cords. Where they're going to pull the samples with these cords here. Again, here are the 7 plates. This is where your samples are going to go. Again, here are the cords. These cords are going to be used to pull the samples. And he's getting boxes ready. The boxes, that's where you put the samples. Going back, there's the joint compound. This is what's going to bond the two joints together. This is also the joint compound. Now, of course, when asphalt is placed in lots of sublots. Here in Indiana, a full lot is 5,000 ton. A sublot is 1,000 ton. Now that's for base course and binder course, which is basically intermediate course. Binder, base, and surface. Now, the term that they use here in Indiana is called intermediate. We call it binder course because it binds the base course and the surface course together. Now, with surface course, there are also 5 sublots, but they're 3,000 ton. So each sublot is 600. So what we're getting ready to do, we're getting ready to do plate samples. I'm going to show you how the plate samples are taken. Okay. You're seeing an operation taking place. Now, during this operation, when we take samples, we have an R number. An R number is a reference number or a test number. Then I'm going to give the contractor a station of where we actually take the sample. Also, the date. Also, how many tons. Also, what lot and sublot that the test was taken. Because what's going to happen is, he's got the scale out. What's going to happen is the samples will be taken to the district for testing. Again, there are the plates right there. They're the boxes. So right now we're getting ready to pull a sample. We're in lot 1, sublot 1. It's very important that we get the test taken. The contractor gets paid for the samples. Now, this is 300. We're going to take it off this truck. Oh, that's 300?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Again, there's a truck backing up. We're going to see how we take these samples. Here we go. It's going to be a sweet trick. Okay. Contractor is ready to have the asphalt dumped into the material transfer vehicle, or we call it a buggy. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to see what the samples look like. Right out of the truck. Of course, the has the sample. It's already got the boxes set up. Already got the scale. You can see the cables. The cables, that's what he uses to take the samples. He's going to take the plates and weigh everything. What he's going to do, we got 7 boxes. A couple of boxes they take to their plant so they can test it. He's going to weigh on a scale. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to see him work with the process. Okay, here's the sample right here. I'm going to take. Here are all the boxes set up. The information goes on the boxes. What it is, 9.5. Sample A. Pay sample. Westbound lane. It's the surface. You have the job number. You also have to have if we paid the date, R number, location, sublot, everything. Hey, don't worry about the R number. Don't worry about the R number. He hasn't given it. We'll get that. We'll get that put on it. Well, I do have to worry about it.
All right.
Because you got to have the R number on your boxes too.
Yeah.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
You got a station?
Station 300 plus 00.
Good. Lot 1 of 1.
This is lot 1, sublot 1.
Ram ton is 300 tons.
300 ton. So what I'm doing, I'm giving him all the valuable information so we can put on his boxes. So we can run a test. Now here's what's happening. I'll show you right now where he's going to get the samples from. You see all the material in the hopper. Now the material is being placed on all of the plates. Now, he has this asphalt with stockpile because when he takes the plate samples, he has to be able to replace the asphalt with the material that was extracted from the surface course that was being placed. Here we go. He's getting ready to pull it right now. Plate sample, gotta have gloves on because it was very hot. Just dumping them into the box. Hey, thanks.
That would have been the first one today. The next one will just be 02, 03, so forth.
Yes. All right, second one. See, he's taking the asphalt that was extracted with the plate samples and replacing it from the asphalt to stockpile. And the contractor's actually using the cord system to place the material in the boxes. These boxes will be tested. 5 of them will be taken to Crawfordsville. 2 of them will be used by the contractor. See, works in tandem here. I got an R number. Work in tandem. Yeah, see, it's fully sampled. into the area where the asphalt was extracted for plate samples. See, plate samples. Plate samples. You have to have gloves on. This is hot, 200 degrees. Plate sample, pumping it in. Now, material all in boxes. This is the R number right here.
Thank you, sir.
And these are what the plates look like. The cords they use to pull them. And it's getting ready to hit the scale. Alright, let's put them all up and weighing it. Put you 35?
33.
33.2, alright. So he gets each sample, he weighs it. I'm going to show you the weights. It's putting all the information on a box so every test is verified. It has a number now. When I was working for PennDOT, we used to have a barcode. Indiana needs a barcode. Let's get ready to weigh the second sample. Yep. All right.
And our station number was 300.
300 plus 00. 300 ton. And this is what all the information looks like on a box. Again, it has to be a lot of detail on these boxes to make sure that the material is tracked properly. And also, the contractors get paid when the test passes. So they have to test a couple of their samples as well. Make sure their numbers coincide with our numbers. Okay, they're weighing it again. Because when they get in the lab, they're actually going to be weighing in the lab as well. You just want to make sure that everything meets the standard criteria. And they're the gloves you have to wear. And here are the plate samples. And then after they take the plate samples, they go back. Material back where the plate samples were taken, and see the operation. The rollers are using a vibratory method to compact the material. And then he has it all weighed out. Again, these plates. Cables stepped on it, they used to pull the plates. Then and these samples are hot. Be very careful when you handle them. I've handled them myself. I put gloves on. Safety is the main priority out here. Again, he's weighing all 7 samples, roughly between, say, 33 and 40 pounds. Getting all the information right there. Making sure that our samples have the right tracking number on it. That's what the R number is, the tracking number. Again, it's 7 plate samples. Now the samples used to be classified as A and B. Now again, what he's using here, this is a scale. 2 pounds. It's also in kilograms as well, but we use pounds here in America. Just like concrete, we have to test the material. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lab out here to do testing with asphalt. So what I showed you is how the contractor takes samples. I'll be taking some more samples later on tonight. Or I don't want to say tonight, this afternoon. And we're doing a pavement operation, and we're putting on a surface course. Well, so to review everything, when it comes to paving, you have a base course. You have a binder course. The binder course is the course that's in between the base course and the surface course. Basically, when you have a base course, it's put down, could be put down at 5.5, 6.5 inches, or 7.5 inches. And then you may have 3.5 inches of binder and 1.5 inches of surface course. Now, all those are very important because when it comes to placing asphalt, we'll make sure that, number one, the 3 courses that are placed equal a foot, and every course has to be tested. Now, the only test that's going to be taken later on, and I'll put that out there as well, we'll be taking core samples. The core samples are also going to be used to measure volume. We'll use it for the wash test. So basically, difference of material, the tests are different. But just as in concrete, you still have to test your material, and this is what we call QC QA mix. Now there's also non-QC and non-QA mixing. Let me give you the difference. The difference is when it's non-QA, non-QC, like a wedge, or an approach, you don't have to test it. Now, let me go down here and show you exactly what I mean when we talk about non-QA, non-QC. Okay, where I'm walking right now, this is the milled part of the asphalt, and this is the paved part of the asphalt. Now, it's not even. Where I'm walking, this is your wedge. It's what they placed yesterday. Now, this wedge is non-QA, non-QC. It's right here. This is the wedge. That means we're not taking any samples. So they could just lay it. Now, we do track it, because we still have to pay the contractor for what they did. Now, another area that is non-QA, non-QC is an approach. Now, what you see, this is an approach. So you know what I'm really talking about. Streets have an approach. It's pulling out, you have the barricade. This area that was paved, this is an approach to the street. And this is, I believe it's Duval Street. And this area right here, that was paved yesterday, this is all non-QA, non-QC. So samples don't have to be taken. Now, for the surface, what we did this afternoon, looking down, those samples were taken because this course to take place, which is the surface course, this is QA, QC. So it must be tested. That's why we take samples. Now again, for you all who don't know what an approach is, I just showed you a bituminous approach. This is a concrete approach. An approach is a section of road that takes you to a street, to a driveway, to a garage. This is a concrete approach. Of course, we have a fire hydrant in the middle of the sidewalk, which I don't like. Now here's a larger approach. This is an approach into the IGA. But again, take samples because we want to make sure that the design mix that we use is a good mix. And for the most part, it is. And generally, asphalt can get tricky. For the most part, we place asphalt to look good. So we have 3 rollers that are rolling out the asphalt. We have 2 breakdowns and we have a finishing roller. Now also what's happening, we have a couple of technicians back here, and what they're doing, they're using a gauge to take the density test. I've got a gauge right in his hand, walking toward him. But that concludes this topic in materials testing and, of course, joint seal compound. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for more social content, check out the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube. Now, if you can't find the 401 Talk Zone radio show or the QCIS channel on YouTube, check me out on Twitter. And also, if you're looking for some educational content, again, you can check the QCIS channel out on LinkedIn. Again, since it's a professional channel, I post that on LinkedIn. And once again, I thank you for viewing this content regarding bituminous testing and, of course, Sawmore Sealant right here on the QCIS channel. On this channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Until next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious day. All right, they'll be able to cut cores pretty soon too.
Yep, I was gonna say we're done from here back. If we have any cores, if you could get them marked, we could go ahead and get them cut.
Okay.
And then he's all done rolling. We're done from this intersection back.
All right, I'll get the stations for you all.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. What you just saw the instrument that they used to take the test with, and I'll go by and show it to you one more time.
We started with lot 1, sub 1 today, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just double checking. So yes, 11A and 11B.